So I'm gonna be moving some tortoises outside. I'm gonna be working on some habitats, cleaning up some habitats. The mountain tortoise here and the elongated tortoise here. One. Ow, my eye. I have to like feel. All right guys, it's early morning. I've got my coffee and I've got a lot of things I'm gonna be working on today. I need to mow my yard. It's starting to look like the Amazon. We've had a lot of rain lately. It's spring, the sun is out, it's been getting warm, so I'm gonna be moving some tortoises outside. I'm gonna be working on some habitats, cleaning up some habitats, kind of just tending to things around here, and I'm just gonna take you guys with me to kind of show you what I do to kind of maintain and keep things going here at Greg's Turtle Haven. All right, so one of the first things I'm doing is bringing tortoises that have been inside because it's been kind of cold at night, but I'm able to bring some tortoises back outside that were inside. And it's early in the morning, so these guys are still a little bit asleep. But we've got the mountain tortoise here and the elongated tortoise here, and I'm gonna be bringing them back to their setup in the back in the little mini bamboo forest. See, they're in here. They got some kind of some new greenery to graze on. The mountain tortoise will actually scratch around and find little bugs and worms, almost like a box turtle. They also have their little water wallow, and I'm actually going to fill this with some fresh water, let it overflow so that it's got a nice layer of fresh water on top of it. But for the most part, they're going to enjoy just being back outside and exploring around. All right, so right now, got these guys in the carts, and they are ready to go to the back. We've got 3 redfoot tortoises and the 1 yellowfoot. As for right now, she's gonna live with them until I can get her a new pen set up, and then she'll have her own yellowfoot pen. And her having her own pen will come in handy, especially if I ever get another yellowfoot tortoise and she's able to kind of have some social interactions, whether it be a male or another female, because Bumpy is a bit much. All right, let's get these guys to the back. Yeah. Next is the big Sulcata, and he's gotten pretty heavy. And the last time he was out here, he soaked in water for a real long time. So whenever tortoises soak, they can almost double their weight just by the amount of water that they not only drink, but they just take in through their skin, and their shell is actually really porous and it can absorb some water as well. So he's a lot to lift. I don't know how long I'll be able to do this, where I bring him in and bring him out and carry him around. So maybe on my last couple of years of doing this, but let's go ahead and get him, and we'll get him out here so that he can start grazing and basking in the sun. Oh, you smell like an elephant. The work does it. All right, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's all of them. All right, so now I'm gonna move into the Aquascape Pond, and as you can see behind me, there's a lot of that green hair algae in here. So I'm gonna start removing some of it and kind of cleaning it up so you can see that gravel bottom that's in here. And it's gonna take me probably a good amount of time, but just gonna go through, remove it all by hand. Might find some interesting stuff while I do it. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. All right, as you can see, I've really stirred this stuff up. There's pollen in here, there's algae in here. There's some plants in here. There's some leaf vegetation that I leave in here over the winter, and that stuff's starting to break down. So there's just a total soup of stuff. And now is as good a time as any to go, and we'll turn on the second pump to increase the flow and the system's absorption of all of this floating stuff in here. I'll start up right here, and you can just kind of see this is the stuff that's in the bottom, and it's hair algae, it's leaves, and there's just all kinds of random stuff in here. And you know, you can honestly use all of this as fertilizer. Visit our friend Fake Rock. Flip this over, and we're gonna turn our other pump on. Boom. And then that's gonna turn on another section to run, and it's gonna start pulling in. You'll see the flow right here has really increased, and it's just pulling all of that down below this gravel. So now the current has picked up, it's drawing in more water. You can actually see the water level drops over here because it's just pulling water so hard. Go over to this section. This is the output. So this comes out from under this log, washes over the top of this in the wetland filter section. So I'm gonna see how it works out with growing a lot more of this stuff just at the top section this year, and then clearing out the rest of it. So I'm gonna get back to work, and let's knock this out. Whew. Let's put this cooter back. Woo! It's gonna go. Look at that. Looking nice. Really digging it. I can see down to the bottom now. I can see all the fish swimming around. Everything is looking good. Now that I've cleaned this up a little bit, like I said, gonna pick up on it either tomorrow or another day this week to finish it. But we've made a really good dent in all of that algae. And now I'm gonna go plant some plants that I bought from Home Depot today. Now is one of the best times in the year to plant things. And one of the things that are important with turtles and tortoises and really all reptiles. Military helicopter about to go by. With turtles, tortoises, and reptiles, one of the biggest things that they need is ground cover. And in this pond up front by the porch, there's a lot of stuff in there, and I've actually moved a couple box turtles back into there. Box turtles, mud turtles, and baby turtles that hatch in there. One of the big things they need is ground cover. So I'm gonna start adding some plants this week, and I picked up a couple kind of small plants. Picked up a sago palm and a majesty palm, and we're gonna picked up a sago palm and a majesty palm, and I'm gonna plant those in there. So let's go do that. So I am kind of renovating this pond a little bit. Obviously you can see in a lot of the video and stuff that over time the turtles have kind of dragged rocks into the pond, have kind of moved things around. So there's a lot of exposed liner. That's something I'm working on fixing this spring. And then likewise, there's also just a lot of exposed ground, and I want the animals that are in here to feel safe to move around the entire enclosure. And so by just even adding little things like this that are gonna eventually fill out, it creates places for, you know, smaller turtles to hide at the base of, and it just makes them feel safer. Also, female turtles like to nest at the bases of plants fairly often, so it's also good for that. So we're gonna go ahead and get this first one in the ground. Oh, of course the ground is hard as a rock. I think that looks pretty good right there. All right. So for this one, ow, my eye. I literally did the dumbest thing possible. I literally just stabbed myself in the eye with the palm tree. What am I doing in life? What life have I led that has brought me to this? All right, so that looks pretty cool. Pretty stoked on that. Make sure this is the new shoot right here. This is also a new shoot here in the middle. That's a new shoot there. So yeah, there's still plenty of growth gonna happen on this one. This was actually from the clearance rack at Lowe's. So this one was one of the ones they gave up on. All right, so right here, this is a little hide box. And there are some things inside there. Let's see what's in here. Into this hide box. I have to like feel. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, what do we got? Oh, it's a big one. So strong. Boom. We have a Grandis. In fact, I think all the Grandis are in here. Yep, here's the other Grandis. Here is a box turtle. Anybody else in here? Oh, here is a mud turtle. Yeah, these hide boxes, I really recommend doing these around any enclosure. Is if you can get any kind of little hide box going. There's so many reptiles, turtles, anything that just love them and appreciate them and will use them. So I'm gonna let these guys go back into their little hide box because this is where they feel safe. The Grandis like to come out late in the day, early evening, and even at night. So they spend a lot of their time inside this hide box. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been fun working on stuff today. I still have a lot of work left to do. In fact, I got to do all this. Stay tuned, there'll be plenty more spring cleaning, plenty more to do, plenty more turtles and reptiles to see on the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.